We've been one-to-one for about 7 years now. We got a federal grant to start the program. We had traditional laptop computers for our high school kids, and then about 4 years ago, we switched from a traditional Windows machine to our Chromebooks. We've been Chromebooks ever since, and this year we're happy to add that to our 7th and 8th grade. Our 6th graders have Chromebooks on carts that they check out just during the day, and in about a month we're going to push that down to 4th and 5th grade. So we're Chromebook crazy at Cole and Fort St. Houston. When we saw the power of the Chromebook and how everything was on the cloud, and if something happened to that device, just hand the kid a new Chromebook, all of their material is still there because it's linked to their cloud account. And then we saw the ease of management, how easy it is to deploy these devices. We actually piloted it with just one class towards the end of our life cycle for our traditional program. I gave it to about 30 students, one class we selected. They tested it out for about 2 or 3 months, and it was the kids themselves that came back and said, we really like these devices. They boot up fast, all our work is saved to the cloud, everything's backed up, and that's when we made the big switch. Funding is always an issue. Anytime you purchase anything, whether it's technology or desks or new classrooms. So we had to be sure not only did we have the funding to start the program, but were we going to be able to sustain that? We knew once we went one-to-one, there was no way we could ever go back. If I went out and told the teachers tomorrow, we're stopping this program, we're not going to be one-to-one next year, I'd be tarred and feathered and rolled out of here as quick as can be. So we had to carefully examine our expenditures and make sure that we could do this long-term. Yeah, I think the biggest advantage, and especially because we're using Google and the Chromebooks and the power of collaboration through Google Apps for Education, is the projects that our teachers are designing. There's a lot more collaboration, there's a lot more teamwork, because now kids we don't have to be in the same classroom to collaborate. You could be at your house, I could be at mine, I could be out of town, and we're still live, synchronously working on the same document at the same time. We could be getting feedback from our teacher by sharing those documents and resources with them. So I think the teachers' ability, willingness to create projects where kids are working together in collaborative natures has really increased a lot. You know, are kids going to go to websites maybe they shouldn't go to? Yeah, they will. They're kids. Are some of them going to get lost? Probably. Are some of them going to get damaged? Yeah, I've got 5 or 6 that I'm repairing right now. But those shouldn't be big concerns. When you look at the benefits of having these tools in their hands and the great stuff that they do with it, these concerns that teachers have or schools have or school boards have, they're minuscule, and they shouldn't be a factor. You know, the ultimate goal is to make sure kids are productive and that they're learning. And if a tool like GoGuardian can help our teacher keep those kids online and keep them on task, then I think it's well worth it. And now seeing it in action, I know it was the right decision. I think our kids probably feel a little safer. Kids will tell you, I don't want you watching what I'm doing, but they appreciate the teacher's effort in trying to keep them on task. Our teachers feel much more at ease. Again, it's a pedagogical shift. There's a little bit of letting go of some control, but with GoGuardian, you can lightly keep control of the kids in an electronic format and send gentle, quiet reminders to kids to keep on task. If you have to go to a student and say, I see what you're doing, and tap them on the shoulder, that could be embarrassing to the kid. It could maybe create a little bit of angst and controversy there. When a teacher can quietly close a tab and then maybe give that kid a nod at the side and the kid knows, oops, okay, I'm sorry. I think that's a great tool for the teachers to be able to use. We want to continue to see it being implemented. I think we're on the right path. Where I really want to see technology, just not within our school, but across the board, technology should not be an initiative. It should not be a program. It should just be the seamless part of education. I always tell people we don't have textbook initiatives. We have books. We don't have whiteboard initiative. We have whiteboards. We shouldn't have Chromebook programs or technology programs. It's just part of learning. These kids today grew up, they were born in a technology world. It should just be the seamless part of education, and we're on the right path to getting there. If you're going one-to-one, this is going to sound odd. I think that the primary thing that you have to make sure that you have before anything else is you make sure teachers can create relationships with kids. That has to be the driving force of anything in education. Focus has to be on the kids. Second is on the curriculum. Make sure they know their curriculum and make sure they know how to teach that curriculum. Then the tool is not important. Then the one-to-one, it's going to find its way in and it's going to work for you. But focus on kids, focus on content. The technology will work itself in there. Ask questions. Ask them about what they're doing in their classroom. Stay involved. Sometimes parents are a little scared because 9 times out of 10, their 5th grader or 6th grader knows more about the technology than they do. Learn from your kids. Find out what's going on. You'd be amazed at how well the technology helps them, how much it helps them in the classroom to learn. And I think the more excited you get about it, the more excited your child is going to get. One of the ways, like with Google Apps for Education, I encourage our students, share your work with your parents. We're in a very unique situation. We're on a military installation. At any one given time, about 1/3 of our kids have a parent that's overseas defending our freedoms. And so if little Johnny's writing an essay, what better way to keep Dad involved than to share that document with him? And when he's in Kuwait or Afghanistan, for Dad, I'm going to get emotional here, for Dad to be able to still stay involved. I can't imagine as a father being overseas, away from my kid for a year. But what a joy to be able to help him with his homework. So technology breaks down walls, and I encourage parents to take advantage of that.